Chesney Hughes hit the highest score of his career as Derbyshire dominated the opening day of their latest LB County Championship match with Yorkshire at Headingley Carnegie. Pumped up from their incredible run chase just a couple of days before, Yorkshire made an ideal start to this game after winning the toss and inserting following a 45-minute delay. With Ryan Sidebottom rested, the Yorkshire openers of Tim Bresnan and Jack Brooks were getting the ball to move about, and a tough day of batting for Derbyshire seemed to be on the cards. So there was no surprise when Billy Godalming was out in the game's 7th over, edging Bresnan to Joe Root, who celebrated the news of his appointment as the England Lions captain with a fine catch at second slip. And for a while still, the ball kept beating the bat. Bresnan unlucky here not to pick up his second wicket. But with a strong wind drying out the surface, batting became much easier, and Hal Hughes and his captain Wayne Madsen took full advantage. Derbyshire, who've crumbled a little with the bat in their back-to-back heavy defeats to Middlesex and local rivals Nottinghamshire, had altered the top of their order, bringing in an extra batsman in the form of Hughes, and how that was soon paying off. The tall West Indian and the slighter Madsen have very different styles of playing their cricket. Madsen's innings was filled with neat touches and wristy releases, while Hughes, a big man at the age of only 22, stood up tall and played some thumping shots. He was a man who made a name for himself when coming into the Derbyshire side 3 seasons ago, but he hardly featured last year, playing in only one game of his county's promotion campaign. Up at the top of the order, he played superbly, taking on all comers with his very straight bat. For a while, these two matched each other shot for shot before Hughes changed gears. His 10th four from his 90-second delivery took him to his first 50 of the summer, and given the problems at the start of his innings, it was a very good one indeed. But that was just a start for him. He kept things fairly simple, standing still and hitting through the line with power, and he was finding the job of hitting boundaries suddenly a rather easy occupation. There was certainly a bit of West Indian flair in his play, which was by now putting Yorkshire to the sword. Hughes had moved into the high 70s by the time that Madsen completed his own fine 50, his coming off 113 balls, 6 of which were hit to the boundary. Hughes certainly showed no signs of being nervous in the 90s. This punishing pull shot off Bresnan for 6 took him on to 93, and he moved from 95 to his 5th first-class 100 in the next over by muscling Adil Rashid for another maximum. In total, Hughes had required 160 balls for his terrific ton, with boundaries aplenty. As well as those 2 sixes, he's also hit 16 fours, that's 76 of his runs in boundaries alone. Andrew Gale must have started to wonder what he'd done at the toss as this pair took their partnership into the final session. Rashid was a little expensive as Madsen continued to move through the numbers in the evening. After losing a couple of matches where single sessions had gone against them, this was just what the doctor had ordered for Derbyshire to increase their confidence in the top flight. Hughes was a revelation. Yes, he's made some good scores for his county, but he can never have batted better than this. Sometimes he simply eased the ball through the infield with finesse, while other times he gave the ball a real thump, putting his long-term partner in danger at the non-striker's end. With another milestone closing in, Hughes lifted Rashid over the long off boundary. That carried him to his 150, which had by now seen him use up 222 balls, with his boundary count now standing at 24 fours and 3 sixes. It was brilliant stuff. Madsen was admiring it all from the best position in the house, while also nearing his own cultured century. This partnership moved on to 258 in 68 overs. So there was some astonishment in the crowd when it was ended. Madsen on 93 giving Adam Lyth some catching practice in the slips of Stephen Patterson. Shivnarine Chanderpaul is hardly a man you want to see ambling to the crease at 268 for 2, but for once he didn't last long, making only 4 before he edged Rashid to Lyth. And half an hour later, Yorkshire balanced the game up a bit more as the struggling West Durston couldn't keep this ball from Liam Plunkett down, giving Bresnan a catch. 7 overs remained for Yorkshire to make further inroads, but they were denied that by Dan Redfern and Hughes, who moved past his previous best of 167 made against Glamorgan a couple of seasons ago. This was a very rare fault shot from him. He ended a memorable day on an exceptional 171 and with his side on 302 for 4, a score which represented an excellent day for them. And they'll want to bat on for some time yet, giving Hughes every chance of scoring a double hundred and beyond. He first needs to go again on the second morning.